It feels like every single day we're seeing these two sides of AI. On one hand, you hear about AI that can literally build entire worlds from scratch. But in the very next breath, you're hearing about huge controversies over how these things are even being trained. And look, this isn't just hype. It's a real tension, and it's right at the heart of all this new technology. So that really gets to the core of it, right? Is this incredible technology a tool that's going to unlock a new era of human progress? Or is it a genuine threat to our privacy, to our jobs, maybe even to the way we live? And yeah, you probably guessed it. The answer is, well, it's complicated. It's kind of both. And that's exactly what we're going to break down today. The mind-blowing breakthroughs, the serious backlash, and what it all actually means for you. All right. First up, let's talk about the promise. And this one is a genuine mind-bender. We are talking about a brand new AI model that can generate entire 3D worlds, and it can do it almost instantly. To really wrap your head around just how big a leap this is, you just need to look at this number. This new model is 10 times faster than what was considered cutting edge before. I mean, 10 times. So what does 10 times faster actually look like? Well, imagine building a super detailed cityscape for a movie or a video game. That's a process that used to take artists days, sometimes even weeks. Now it can be done in less than a minute. Just think about that for a second. That's the kind of insane speed we're dealing with. I mean, the potential here is just massive. Real-time rendering for gaming, movies, architecture, it's a game changer. But, and there's always a but, right? There's a catch. It takes an incredible amount of power to run, like supercomputer level power. And that means for most indie game developers or small creative studios, this amazing tool is for now still just out of reach. But that need for a supercomputer, that's not even the only hurdle. See, for AI models to get this smart, they need fuel, a lot of it. And the big controversy brewing right now is where that fuel, that data, is coming from. Because a lot of the time, it's ours. Okay, so the term you're going to hear thrown around a lot is data scraping. It's basically the process of automatically vacuuming up huge amounts of information from the internet. The real trouble starts when companies do this with user content, like your videos, without getting clear, explicit permission from the people who made it in the first place. And what's the classic corporate defense? You've heard this one before. Oh, it's all in the fine print of the terms of service. This just highlights this massive gap between what the company's legal documents say and what we, as users, actually expect and think is fair when we share our stuff online. And look, the backlash is real, and it's serious. We're not just talking about angry tweets here. We are seeing major accusations of privacy violations, the very real threat of lawsuits, and you can bet that regulators are starting to watch very, very closely. But maybe the biggest hit of all is to user trust, which is something that, once it's gone, is incredibly hard to get back. So while all these huge, high-level debates about data and ethics are going on, AI is also popping up in these smaller, super practical tools that are changing how people get creative work done right now. So let's zoom in on one of those. All right, get this. The process is ridiculously simple. You take a text article, say a blog post you wrote, you feed it to the AI, the bot analyzes it, and then boom, in about 2 minutes, it spits out a polished short video with captions, transitions, music, the whole shebang. It's an unbelievably efficient way to repurpose your content. But that kind of speed and automation, it naturally brings up a really interesting question, doesn't it? When a tool can do all of that on its own, is it starting to do a little too much of the creative heavy lifting? Where do you draw that line between a helpful tool and a total replacement? So, the argument from the folks who build and love these tools is that they don't replace your creativity. They just handle the grunt work. By automating all the boring, tedious stuff like editing and adding captions, the AI frees you, the human creator, up to focus on what really matters, the big ideas, the strategy, and the core message. Okay, so with all this promise on one side and peril on the other, it's really easy to feel a bit overwhelmed. So let's cut through the noise and get into some actual, practical takeaways that can help you navigate this whole new world. This has to be one of the biggest questions on everyone's mind. You see some cool new AI tool, you want to try it out, but then you kind of pause, right? You wonder, is it actually safe to upload my stuff to this thing? And that is a totally valid concern. So here is a super simple 3-step safety check you can do. First, actually take a look at the privacy policy. I know, nobody reads them, but if it's super vague, confusing, or just missing entirely, that is a huge red flag. Second, look for phrases like end-to-end encryption. And third, and this is really just common sense, don't ever upload highly sensitive data. I'm talking social security numbers, private financial info, just don't do it. And now for the other million-dollar question, especially if you're in the tech world. With AI that can literally write its own code, is the human programmer basically going extinct? Well, for now, the best way to think about it is this co-pilot metaphor. AI is an absolute rock star at writing all the repetitive, boilerplate code and finding little errors. It speeds up the whole process. But humans, we are still in the driver's seat for complex problem solving, real creativity and innovation, and thinking about the big picture strategy. It's a partnership. So when you put it all together, what's the big picture? It's that AI isn't just one thing. It's not that simple. It is a creative co-pilot, it's a powerful world builder, and it's a source of real ethical controversy, all at the exact same time. And we have to figure out how to deal with all of it. And all of this leads to one final, and honestly one of the most important questions we face. As this technology keeps accelerating at a pace that is frankly hard to believe, who should be in the driver's seat? Who gets to decide the rules of the road? Should it be the innovators moving at lightning speed? The regulators trying to keep up? Or should it be us, the people who are actually using this stuff every day? That's the conversation we all need to start having.